welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and welcome to all my new subscribers. Thanks for clicking on this video. If you like the video and you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and thumbs up this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification. So okay, let me go ahead and jump into this. So if you guys saw my recent video, you know that I've chosen my pattern and focus. So go back and watch that video. And then when I was talking about the plans, I shared with you my Vogue pattern collection. And so you can go check out that video as well. I will leave a link in the iCards. Actually, I'll let that video pop up at the end of this video. So at the end of this video, the video where I share my Vogue collection and all about the pattern and focus and all of that and tackling techniques, that video will pop up at the end of this, and then you can click on that and watch that video. But in that video, I shared my Vogue pattern collection, and I shared with you all of the patterns and the ones that I have made. And I shared there were a couple patterns that I absolutely love of Vogue that I have made. Not that I've made it multiple times, but I wore the garments all of the time. And one is the one that I'm wearing today that I'm doing a dedicated video on, because what I noticed, I made this is Vogue 1510. It's a Sandra Benzina pattern. But what I noticed was I never did a dedicated video on this, from what I can tell on my channel. I think it was lumped in with like monthly makes video I did, and this was like 4 years ago. So yeah, I am coming in now. I am so, oh yeah, I'm love. So this is one of the patterns that actually one of my favorite Vogue patterns, because it is easy to put together. And now that this is my second time making it, it was even easier. But there are a couple tweaks I'm gonna make, because I'm gonna make this again. And yeah, and I have a couple things I want to do to it. So anyway, I'll share that in the future. I might do what I'm thinking I might do is, because the pattern and focus for this quarter is Vogue Patterns, and so I'm thinking that for ones that I repeat, I probably won't do a dedicated video on the repeats, but I might do, hey, here are all the Vogue garments I made in the quarter, which will include the repeats. I don't know, I'm thinking I might do that. Let me know if that's something you think you might be interested in, like a wrap-up. So when I make this again, because I do plan on making this again in this quarter, I won't do another video of this pattern, but a wrap-up video of the quarter and the Vogue patterns that I, you know, my thoughts and all of that. I'll share what the next version of this is at that time. Let me know if you would like that. Let me know. So anyway, again, Sandra Benzina, this is Vogue 1510, and the packet that I have, I originally bought this, it looks like back in November 2017. So I've had this pattern for almost 7 years. It's been 6 years, and the first time I made it was 4 years ago. And so yeah, about, was it 3 or 4? I think it was 3 years ago. Might have been 3-4 years ago. I can't really remember. I remember wearing it when we went to Vegas. I think that was 2019. So that was 4 years ago. Yes, that was 4 years ago. And so I know I wore it then in February 2019 when we went to Vegas. And so that's the picture I'm sharing here that I wore before. And at the time, because the pattern I have is it goes from, her sizing goes from an A to a J. And at the time, the first time I made this, I made it at the size I, which is a bust of 52, waist of 47.5, and a hip of 54. Now, I knew I was going to make this again, and I have the perfect fabric. This is actually my Destashify fabric haul, and I'll share with you the other fabric that I also picked up from Destashify. It's a denim, you guys. Sidebar, make sure you check if you like Destashify Fabrics and being able to have different so there's different small shops and different people that sell their fabric stash over there, and so check it out. I'm always looking all the time, even outside of when we're sent fabric that we choose, and sometimes I just add on. Like for this lot, this is a denim. This was believe it or not, it was under 3 yards. It was about 2 and maybe 5/8, something like that, but it was like 60 inches wide, which was phenomenal. Because of the pattern pieces, you have 2 front, 2 back, so I was able to get a lot of pattern pieces on, you know, the width of the fabric, which was really nice. And I have, let me grab it, I have this much left over. So I have this much left over. Yeah, I have a good bit left over, and because it was so wide, that's what made it so remarkable, because it is so wide. So this is how much I have left over. I'll leave a link, of course, to Destashify down in the description box, but always check. And one of the things that I'm always searching for is good deal on denim. You guys know I like denim, and in particular, I like this shade of denim as well as the darker shade, which I think is called Midnight Indigo. I feel like this was called Indigo, and then there's a Midnight Indigo, which is just another shade deeper like this. I love that. For whatever reason, that color denim always speaks to me, and so yeah, so anytime I see it, I grab it up. So I was sent this as a brand ambassador for Destashify, this denim, and I also ordered, I'll just share this with you real quick too. It was, oh, and what was so nice is, okay, I know I keep getting up out the frame, sorry, but the person, the shop, and I didn't get a little slip, so I can't shout out the little store, the store that it was, but they sent me with the denim as a thank you. They sent these buttons, which is really nice. There's some they look like they're about an inch. No, this look like it's about 2 inch, almost an inch and a half, maybe, with button, and it's a navy blue. So I thought that was so nice. That came with my denim order. And then Destashify had this beautiful fabric, which is actually going to be part of the gift that I told you guys I cannot talk about or share just yet, but you'll see it eventually. But it was 3 yards. It's multicolor circle print quilting cotton, and I got 3 yards. And so between these two, I added on an additional, I paid an additional like 15 bucks outside of what we get as ambassadors. But look at this. I'm gonna have to stand up so you can see it. Look at this. Isn't this cute? I absolutely love this. Actually, this is going to be used for a couple different things, and so yeah, this will be used for a couple different things, but the gift thing that I'll be using it for, I will share that here on the channel. So first of all, that is my Destashify haul for the month, and I knew exactly what when I saw the denim before I even thought of making this. But once I ordered it, and then I was going through my pattern stash with you guys, I was like, oh, I'm getting some fabric in, I'm making that, because I absolutely love wearing this dress. And to get into it, I went down a size. This time I went down a size. So let's get into all the details. So I went down to a size F. A size F is a bust of 43, a waist of 37 and a half, and a hip of 45. A hip of 45. Yes, I'm laughing at myself. If you saw, like I said, that video where I shared my stash, and I told you about the last time I made this, that it was something wonky with, because you have this collar piece, right? And so it was something wonky. I remember there was a zipper in the front and it called for a zipper in the back, and I thought that that was weird, and I eliminated the zipper in the back. I remember that, but I realize now what that was. What that was me not following the instructions. So, and again, this was like 4 years ago I made this, and so when I initially made this, my intentions was to do view B, which you can tell has that gusset in the front zipper and the gusset at the bottom of the zipper. And what happened was, when I was sewing it, I just was going instruction by instruction and didn't pay attention when it switched to view A, and then when it picked back up to view B. So then I was confused as to where I was and what I was doing. I remember that now that I look back over the pattern when I was going through it, I was like, oh yeah, that was on me. That wasn't the pattern. I was intending to do view B because view B causes for view B, you don't have, it's not a full functioning zipper in the front. It's only a partial zip in the front at the top and a partial zip at the bottom, so you can insert the gusset, which is cute. And then you had the back zipper so you can get in and out of the garment easily. Well, okay, I just kept reading the instructions and ended up following view A when I was really supposed to be following view B, because I remember the gusset wasn't turning out right, and it's because I started doing something different. Anyway, long story short, view A is the version I went for this time, because it has the full functioning zipper in the front. I wasn't planning on doing the gussets, and so that's what I did. Now, I just told you the sizing. I went down 3 sizes in this pattern, 1, 2, 3, and so I said, oh, I'll, F. I cut the pattern piece out. I'm gonna have to trace this pattern here on out, because, and I will tell you, fair warning, when I share what I did, warning, it is bad. It's not good. I did not know what I was doing, but it was a fix I needed to make. So I realized after I cut everything out and I was re-looking at everything, and I was like, hip of 45. I was like, my hips is a 52. I cut off all the sizing, had cut the pattern pieces and everything out, sizing, and I was like, I should have left it at the size I for my hips, and everything else up here was fine. And so, you guys, so when I finished it, mind you, the instructions, I'll just say off the bat, the instructions were super easy. You do have binding. I know the last time I did the facing, I remember not liking the facing, so I don't know why I didn't do the binding. I don't think I was really familiar with how to do binding at the time, so I just didn't, and just did the facing. But my recommendation is to do the binding. As you can tell, it gives you a really nice clean finish all around the arm side, and you are meant to have this little, like, little bitty cap sleeve. So what had happened was, I said, I'm just gonna go ahead on and sew it up. I know it's not gonna fit, and we will go from there. So what I am going to share with you, besides a couple key features, I used, instead of the zip, a regular zipper, I used a handbag zipper, a continuous zip, because I wanted the zipper to go down longer and be able to control how long it was. This interior of my collar, isn't that fun? That is, let me just hold this up for you. I went recently, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I recently went to the Katy quilt shop, and I bought a bunch of stuff. And so you got to choose a free fat quarter, and so this is the one that I chose on the way out, and I decided to use it for my lining of my collar on the inside. Isn't that cute? So yeah, so this zips up all the way. I would never wear it like that. I probably wear it like this, or how I have it on, for it to be open longer. And so I use the continuous zip all the way down. And so yeah, absolutely love that. Now let's get into how this fit, and I am going to pop this up on the screen. So like I said, I made a size, originally 4 years ago, the whole garment was in the I. This time it was in the F, and as you can tell here, fit fine at the top, but boy, it was too tight, way tight at the bottom, way tight around my stomach, around my hips, and everything. And so I purposely kept sewing it, because I knew what I was going to do was try it on like you see here, and then I was going to cut the back pieces, so I can see how far it needed to be open. And so you see here, I shared how far it needed to be open on the sides in order for me to get it to fit right. And so, cause yeah, I was like, okay, I need to put in something like a gusset, but I wasn't sure how to do it. And so, yeah, again, warning, this is not, anybody got suggestions, please put them down in the comment section. I don't mind the constructive criticism on this, because for this, I just was like, I'll figure it out. I'll do something to figure it out. So I end up getting the fit. And so here it is, what I end up doing. Hopefully you can kind of tell, and I'll pop up a quick video and picture. But as you can tell, see how this is kind of, is not really is not sitting right at all. The flat pieces, and I'll share with you how the inside of the garment, it does not sit right underneath how I put it in there, but it gave me the room I needed. As you can tell, I have the room on the sides, the breathing room, to be able to wear it comfortably and still have a little bit of ease. So what I end up doing was let the sides, I laid this out on my sewing table, and I let the sides just fall open naturally where they would fall after I measured it on me, how big the opening was. And so then I just took long squares of fabric and I just sewed it in. And yeah, that's how I did it. And when I tell you I still love this, I love it. And my husband was like, oh, that is cute. He was like, oh, I like that. And so, you know, sometimes your mistakes end up being really nice creations, right? And so yeah, I absolutely love it. And I also, because I use the continuous zip, so the zipper won't come off at the bottom, and I'll share a clip here, I made my own zipper closure, zipper end out of the denim. Out of this denim, I made a zipper end, and I put it at the bottom of the zipper. And so when I sewed it into place, when I put the zipper into place, I knew that the way they have you sew it up, for me, I just pulled this, I unzipped it down and pulled it over my head. And so, but obviously, if you use a regular zipper, like the kind that they have you to use, you can unzip this all the way, but mine you cannot. And I wanted to create a stop at the bottom, and I thought, I absolutely love how it turned out. And like I said, I'm going to take this off real quick and show you how it looks on the inside. Okay, so I slipped it off here real quick. I want to share with you the inside, and then how, you know, I kind of cut everything, and then how I sewed it up, because I did serge everything on the inside. And initially when I finished it, I did kind of that fake flat felt seam where I serged it, and then I stitched down the serge with top stitching, but I didn't use top stitching thread or anything like that on this particular denim garment. So at the bottom, let me see if I can share with you. See here at the bottom, this is how it looks with the zipper end. So it stops. That's how I wanted it to look. And so on the inside, this is how it looks on the inside. But yeah, I thought that was really nice. And so let me turn this inside out. Again, warning, this is not pretty. And there was a couple things I wish I had thought about that I didn't do. One is for my zipper. Now I serged the edge, because you fold that edge over the front. I serged that, but then of course you add the zipper in, and I was like, oh, that would have been nice. Had I thought about it, I would have put binding all the way down this whole seam here, all the way down. And I'm not going to do it later. Obviously there's room where I can still do it if I really wanted to, but I don't, so I'm not. I'm totally fine with this. But I did make myself a note to remember to do that next time. And like I said, the binding around the arms I really like. And then here's the neckband, or the collar I should say. Turned out really nice. And then let me share with you So those gusset pieces I put in, this is how it looks. Yeah, this flappy bit that's in here, I wore it actually all day today, and I wasn't sure what I wanted. I wanted to see how this felt, how it naturally fell on my body, to know if I needed to do something like this, like fold it and tack it down right there. And that's because that's how it looks on the inside. You saw how it looks on the outside, and the same thing on this side as well. I was like, okay, because I almost didn't put these in. I actually didn't put these, attach these the same way. So this side has like this whole bit sticking out, and I was like, okay, maybe I should tack it, like do a couple little tacks here so it's not flopping around. I didn't notice any flopping around, but I think it will help it to also lay better on from the outside. So yeah, that's what I did, and I just serged the bottom and everything. So like I said, I wore this all day today, and it wore just fine, just beautifully. I'll pop up video and picture so you can see we actually ran an errand today, and so I was able to take some cute pictures in the area that we were today. So but anyway, so that is the garment, and I absolutely love it, and I do want to make another one. I actually have a couple ideas on what I want to do with the next one, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy I made this, and the timing was just perfect with the fabric that I had picked out, and then as soon as I got the fabric in, I washed it and was like, yep, this is going to be that Vogue dress for sure. It surely is. And so I love it. You'll have to let me know what you think. But that's all I have as for review for Vogue 1510. Coming up on Sunday is my sewing buzz video. And so I will talk about, you know, sewing buzz stuff, new pattern releases and stuff like that on Sunday. But yeah, that is it, everybody. That's all I have for today. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you think it turned out. This is just a me-made tank that I have on today, and I have on my bracelet that I was gifted from Amy. But yeah, that's it. That's it, everybody. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to share. I think that this pattern is, is beginner, what is the next level? Beginner, advanced beginner, or beginner intermediate? Beginner intermediate. I think it's beginner intermediate friendly for sure. For sure. The collar is not complicated to do, and if you get the type of zipper that they have you put in, you know, for me, I knew because I was putting a handbag zipper, I needed to do the construction just a little bit slightly different because I didn't have zipper stops at the top or at the bottom. So because even for the top, if I didn't mention it, because I don't have a zipper tab at the top, I had to do this little fold over with the zipper tape at the top. So when if I did go all the way up, it wouldn't come off. So I think I shared a clip, or should be sharing a clip of how I did that. But yeah, so yeah, I can zip it all the way up at the top without it coming off using a handbag zipper. But again, I had to do a technique in order to keep the zipper in so it wouldn't, you know, fall off. And so but yeah, that is it, everybody. I am in love with this dress. So let me know if you have any questions. Make sure that you stay tuned, and if you missed the video of the haul and where I showed all of the well, it was the pattern in focus where I showed my pattern stash, not the haul, but my pattern stash. I will leave, that will pop up at the end of this video. So thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. You all have a blessed rest of your week, and I will see you on Sunday. And the link to Destashify will be down below. All right, bye.